Some of it does appear to be transient or idiosyncratic.
Inflation has persisted longer than we thought.
You need a bit of a reset.
Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely bonkers.
No rainbows and sunshine, just going to give it to you and give it to you straight.
Mr. Walters, how are you, sir?
Travis, the Real Estate Mindset. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm on one of my favorite channels. Thanks for having me on it. Hello, everybody that's viewing today. It's an honor and a privilege to be with you.
Always a pleasure, brother. So you guys, we have something special we're doing today. Scott and I are going to do an exercise. We're basically going to go through 6 sets of data points, and we're going to tell you guys why not to buy. So it's kind of, we're trying to do something special. Scott and I are both content creators, so we always want to be sharp, give you guys value. Each of us is going to have about 30 seconds to tell you guys why, in our opinions, you should not buy a house right now, based specifically on the data. And then we're going to conclude on our final thought. Isn't that right, Mr. Walters?
That is absolutely the plan. We'll see if it goes as planned, but absolutely, this is a very important topic, you guys. I mean, I know there's a lot of noise, a lot of chatter out there. Most everybody now sees what's going on, but a lot of people don't. So let's get started. Like I've always said, our rewards in life are in direct proportion to our contribution. All our viewers, you guys can contribute simply by giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel and supporting this work. We can't do it without you. So yes, let's get started and try to bring some sense to what's become a very unsensible real estate market.
All right, brother. So let me pull up the first data point right here. I'm going to zoom in for our viewers a little bit, Scott. Okay, I just pushed a button on my program here and it messed me all up, but I'm just going to rock it, dude. I'm just going to rock it. Okay, so first data point up, brother. We finally have, and I'm going to highlight this right here. We finally have 2 metro areas. I repeat, 2 metro areas with year-over-year price decline. 2 areas. We have Oakland, California. We have San Francisco now, year-over-year declines. Why should we not buy?
Well, first of all, friends, did you remember? I know I did, hearing people, we will see normal appreciation rate moving forward. The top is the new bottom. And this is just the first dominoes to fall. This will have contagion. This will spread into virtually every market. It doesn't become if anymore, purely when. So what I see here, Travis, my friend, is in fact this thing playing out, the front end of the air coming out of the bubble. That is what I'm seeing, my friend.
Okay, so 30 seconds. Why not to buy? And here's the reason why. We have the data now. We have the data. Things have just begun. The fact that we're already seeing year-over-year price declines when the first, 4 or 5 months of this year, massive equity growth. The fact that we see any metro areas with year-over-year price declines is, to me, a clear sign of things to come. All right, ready for the next one?
Yes, sir.
All right, you guys. So I'm going to bring up the next one. I'll also, Scott, good answer, brother. Good answer. I'm trying to keep up with you. All right. So next data point here, Fred economic data, median sales price for new homes, just new homes, down from April's peak, 13.5%. I repeat, new homes, not resale, new homes down 13.5% in pricing. Scott, why don't we buy right now?
Well, just from the graph, you just were politely enough to show us, we can see which one this one's headed down. And not just, a little bit. This thing's on a very, very heavy decline. This is insane. This is, in fact, what I always talk about. You're potentially catching a falling knife. And if you were to lay that graph over the 08 graph, you would see the same behavior that we saw in the last bubble when it started to pop happening again. So if there's another reason for me personally, I don't buy quite yet.
Good one, man. All right. So 30 seconds. Why not to buy? Based on new home sales being down 13.5%. It's simply this. New home builders are only just now beginning to suffer. The more we go on throughout this year and into 2023, they're going to be suffering even more. The more the new home builders suffer, the more they drop prices, the more they increase buying incentives. So if you buy right now, you're going to buy at the very beginning of when these new home builders just start to bleed. And my friends, here's the thing. It's not even fire sale time. So you wait, you get a better deal on a house. Scott, ready for the next one?
Yeah, go ahead. Bring it on, my friend.
All right, bro. I mean, this is harder than I thought. I won't lie. How was I 30 seconds? I don't even know.
Close enough.
All right. Next up, you guys, here we go. Let me pull the chart up, Scott. So we have Fred economic data, active listing count. Okay. This is what we see here. Pre-pandemic, we were at about 1 million active listings at the very minimal. 1 million active listings pre-pandemic. Since February, basically April, inventory has absolutely skyrocketed. 98% surge in inventory. We're still not quite at pre-pandemic, but we are in a period of time where we are surging in inventory. Scott, why don't we buy?
Well, again, if we look at the graph, we can see not only is, like you said, inventory on its way up, it is surging and we are just getting started. I anticipate by the end of the year, we will in fact be at pre-pandemic levels. The problem, I shouldn't say the problem, the challenge will be, will it stop there or will it keep going? Will we in fact see a lot of these new construction and builders that we just talked about in the previous question who drank the Kool-Aid and then had the rug pull occur with the federal government raising rates and then taking all the buyers out of the market? They are unemotional. They cannot sit on these homes. They have to go. And guess what that does to the everyday home seller? Drags their prices along for the ride. This is an alarming, this is way too alarming for me to say right now is a good time to buy. I'm the opposite. I say right now is not a good time to buy, again, from that graph, my friend.
Good answer. So my answer is, okay, so here's the thing, y'all. This is I'm wasting like 5 seconds laughing. This is a historical massive surge of inventory. This is demonstrating to us that demand is now way lower than supply. So again, I say to you, the longer you wait, the better the deal. Proof, my friends, is in the inventory historical surge. Was that all right, Scott? Was that 30 seconds? I don't know.
Yeah, it was awesome.
All right, now next one where it's going to be a little bit interesting. Okay, we're going to go over the personal savings rate. Great job so far, Scott. I really appreciate it, dude. I know I'm keeping you on your feet. This is a graph on personal savings rate. Okay, this is what I want to point out. Pre-pandemic, people were saving 7.5% to 7% of their household income. Okay, this represents percentage, 7%. Roughly pre-pandemic. Fast forward to today, we are at only 5.1%, which tells us we are in way worse shape on a personal savings aspect than we were pre-pandemic. Why don't we buy, Scott?
Well, not only why don't we buy, most people can't buy. Like they're just completely trying to stay above keep their heads above water. And my challenge with this, my friends, and if you've heard me talk before, you know I said tail end of a pandemic, front end of a recession, very front end. And we're already seeing behavior like this at the front end, just getting started, not even a year into interest rate hikes. And this is how the market's behaving. We are in massive potential trouble if we're just getting started. And this is what's happening to people's savings. Alarming. Please be careful right now if you're thinking about buying and your savings account doesn't warrant it. I don't like that chart. Move on to the news.
Where did the money go?
It's
Where's the money
gas,
go?
food. Have you gone to the grocery store lately?
Yes, but how do people have? I get it, but geez, dude. I mean, we got so much like free money. This is shocking to me. Okay, so here's my answer. This is to the people that are on the sidelines. If you're on the sidelines, here's why you don't buy right now based on that data. A lot of people that are on the sidelines have this fear of missing out because they assume that there's so many people on the sidelines right now that can weather the storm. What this graph tells me is you don't have a lot to worry about. Most people on the sidelines are priced out. They can't afford to buy it. They can't qualify for a home right now. So to me, this is telling everyone that's sitting on the sidelines, don't buy. This is what you want to see. All right, man. You ready for the next one?
Yes, sir.
Is that all right?
No, it's great.
All right, next one up, and this one is a doozy, my friend. This is foreclosure starts and delinquency rate. Everything's up, okay, as we thought. This is behind in June. Probably July is going to be worse. We'll cover that later, but delinquencies are up 3.3% month over month. Foreclosure starts, are you serious? Up 26% month over month. Also, serious delinquencies are up about 47%. That's 90 days or more. 90 days or more. It's 47% above pre-pandemic. Scott, sir, why don't we buy?
Well, apparently there's a foreclosure crisis coming. I mean, that's number one. Here's the thing: as a trained salesman, trained in the psychology of sales, the psychology of people. Once you make up your mind to buy, you are buying, bubble or not. But what we're seeing now is a lot of people left over. See, as a trained salesman, I know once I'll go show you a property and I'll say, hey, let's just write an offer on this property. Let's just write them a low ball offer. I know once I can get you to do that, I got you. We're writing off. I'll move you on to the next one, get you to fall in love with the house. So these people that are still out there buying right now are people that are stuck in the market. They've already decided to buy. Now, as we see from the previous question, their savings start to evaporate. They're being taken out of the market involuntarily, not by choice, forced onto the sidelines, and they'll thank their lucky stars later, quite possibly. So what I see here, friends, is another reason not to buy. Foreclosures are just getting started.
Beautiful. So here's my answer. This data is demonstrating to us that it's a lot harder to live. Okay. If people are struggling to pay their bills, they're going to stop buying jewelry. They're going to stop buying houses. They're going to stop buying cars. When people stop buying things, prices traditionally go down. So I believe that this data is showing you guys the trend of how things are going to continue. And I go back, the longer we wait right now, the better the deal. And you also have to understand that the longer you wait, the more golden you are as a buyer. Once the buyer's market come back, we are king. Look at that data. People are being priced out, but not us. We're weathering the storm. Ready for the next one?
Oh yeah, that was a great one.
All right, guys. So here is the last data set. We are trying to jam through this. Scott, you're an absolute beast. Here's the data set. This is the U.S. Census Bureau. Scott, 15.6 million vacant, of which 11.8 million vacant year round. Scott, my friend, my associate, my peer, my mentor. Why don't we buy?
I mean, I don't know what else we need to do. Like we've said before, you want to be in the right hands, and the right hands are somebody that says, hey, listen, this is a real estate bubble. I'm willing to earn your business later. Anybody telling you now is a good time to buy based on what Travis here at the Great Real Estate Mindset, love the channel. I know you guys do too. I'm a fan. Why would you go out and buy when all indicators are showing us what it's showing us? We found ourselves in yet again another real estate bubble that can't sustain itself, and this chart just exposed yet another reason, in my very humble opinion, Travis.
I love it, brother. So here's my take on this. Okay. So this is demonstrating to us, in my opinion, the amount of share investors have in our market. And I believe a lot of that is recreational, a lot of it's second home, a lot of it's speculation. I believe that is quite possible that as we go into the end of this year and into 2023, we're going to see those vacant homes start coming to the market, fire sale prices. I think that it's not all, but I think it's possible. Some investors cannot weather this storm. They're too heavily leveraged, and we are going to get that inventory surge. So you don't buy right now because we don't have inventory surging on all cylinders yet. We have inventory that's just now starting to come to the market. The longer you wait, the more inventory, the lower the prices, the more options, the more ability to get the deal of your dreams. And that's why you don't buy.
Oh, and I got to chime back in. And the scary thing here, my friend, is this: why would anybody come to market right now when prices, the majority of properties hitting the market are experiencing price reductions? Like Travis said, with this vacancy rate, these are the majority are all investor homes. Even if it's a mom and pop second home, vacation home, people are running for the exits. The challenge is I'm willing to guess that over 95% of all those vacant properties are in fact builder investor properties, and they are unemotional when it
Yeah.
comes to selling those homes.
Yeah.
It's not like maybe you own a second home. Well, honey, let's just hang on to the home. No, these have to go. These
Yeah.
have to go at any cost, and they are chasing the market right now, experiencing price reductions. And guess what? If you're my client, I'm not walking you out showing you their latest price reduction and say, let's give them full price offer based on their latest price reduction. No, fire that agent. I want Scott Walters. I want to write in more price reductions. That's what a good agent hopefully is doing. Not only giving you, if and when those builders get them sold, they're not going to sell them at the most recent price reduction. They got further to go.
100%, man. I mean, so, we'll conclude here, Scott. You're an absolute genius, man. I always love you on the channel. I want your charisma. Tell me what vitamins you're taking, bro, because I'll double it. You know what I'm talking about? Dude, dude, the energy you have, bro. So tell real quick. Okay. Quick. Give my subscribers a little bit of who you are. I want you to talk about what you do for a hobby, riding dirt bikes in the desert, doing crazy crap. Okay. It's wild, bro. Tell me.
Dude, I used to work in professional motocross. I worked for a huge company. I started my own company, worked in professional motocross, worked with the top stars in the sport, grew up as a racer. Dad owned a local motorcycle shop. I live in Southern California. These days, like you said, I'm not as young as I used to be. I maybe will go out and do some desert riding, get on a tennis court, do a little surfing here and there. You can tell I'm pretty sunburnt when it's summertime. But yeah, in terms, Travis, you got great energy, and I think that's why we get along so very well. I tried to kind of tone it down a little bit for the show today, really, because sometimes I'm so passionate about what's going on here. I suffered the effects of the last real estate bubble. I have other real estate I bought outside the bubble. I bought one house in the bubble, and eventually I had to let it go because I was jeopardizing my good real estate by holding this bad real estate. And I had a lot of people tell me, refinance all your other real estate and buy as much as you can right now. I'm so glad I didn't do any of that. So I'm very passionate about letting people know anytime you find yourself in a real estate bubble, buckle up and strap in. There might be some blowback. Travis, you've done an amazing job communicating your message in the way you communicate it, showing us today and letting me be part of it. In fact, actual black and white blowback, my friend.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think going through the foreclosure I went through, it gives me the empathy. Man. I have it, and you went through hard times. I mean, I know what it feels like to be on timeout for 13 years and have a heavy jealousy in my heart because I missed out. I really feel like, Scott, if I would have done a couple small little things differently in the last bubble, I would be a multimillionaire right now, man. But instead, I was forced to the sidelines, and we don't want you guys to make that mistake. Scott, my man, give me one more thing. I want you to tell. Last thing, end on this. What can you tell? I'm all about first-time home buyers, the biggest at risk. The emotion is harder to control. Okay. I've invested in multiple houses. My emotions are still all over the place. Can you tell? Right. Imagine what they're going through. Right. Anyways, spit some facts at specifically first-time home buyers. Tell them what they need to hear, bro.
95% of all millionaires made their money in real estate. It wasn't by owning their home. It was buying other people's homes. You can start with your first home. Always, always, always check the property's rent range. Make sure your mortgage payment is in or around it. Live in it for a little while. Put a renter in it and go do that again. You only need a handful of homes. You don't need 100 homes. You don't want 100 homes, to be quite honest with you. So it's not as important to own where you live. It's just important to own. Save your money. Start checking your local market. When you see mortgage payments get within its rent range, get a good agent that's willing to write offers and understands your goal, and go win in real estate.
Absolutely beautiful. Okay. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to end on this, man. Two things, you covered so much, man. I'm just going to add number one, stay encouraged. There's a lot of people that they're losing heart. They're saying, I don't see the prices going down. I don't see the prices going down. You guys, number one, stay encouraged. Number two, stay driven. put in the work yourself, monitor your local market, figure out the trends, you guys. It's not that hard. All right. So other than that, you guys, I appreciate you following along with us on this journey. If you're out there investing in real estate, you know I wish you luck and I hope you win.